Are you guys ready for a fun football Friday show? Instead of 1-0, but either way, we are back at it again. Sunday versus the Ratbirds. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Iceman Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. Home at the back-to-back AFC North champion Cincinnati Bengals. Not to be fair, if you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I'm up 2,353 subscribers. Can't read my own handwriting sometimes. Anyway, I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you're watching on Twitter, X, or Facebook, and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, why not? Please do so. Please go to the YouTube channel, Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription button at the bell for the notification. Every time I go live, you'll be notified. Also, exclusively in the YouTube chat crew, we're doing super chats. So if you got a question you're dying to ask the boys, like how long does it take to make a song? Where do you get the ideas from, videos, any of that stuff? Or you just want to support the show, give me a super chat. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, I'm coming to you from live from this glorious place down here. It's the Ice Cave, and the Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And you know it, we hit the jackpot when we drafted Joe Burrow. That's why we call him Jackpot Joey. Anyway, if you guys want any of the gear, like the hoodies, the hats, the flags, go to jackpotjoey9.com. A portion of the proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Hunger Relief Fund and the Joe Burrow Foundation. The beer is from Brink Brewery. It's at Brink Brewery and at most major Krogers. Again, portion of the proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Foundation. What is up on this fun football Friday show? I'm so excited to have these guys. Well, I got one of the four, but excited to have the Bengal boys on the show. I had them on a little bit last year. And if you guys don't know who they are, that's who did the intro show. They do it every single week. They release it on Saturday. They have a song about this week's opponent. Anyway, they're awesome. If you don't know who they are, you better check them out. Here's the Bengal boys. Alex, what's up, brother?
Hey, thank you for having me on, Iceman. How you doing today?
Good, man. Good. I'm ready to get this bad taste out of my mouth. I'm ready to go kick some Ratbird ass.
Whoo, you and me both. I'm ready to fry one up and gobble gobble.
There you go. So, obviously there's four of you guys, and Alex, you're the only one to be able to join me right now, which is fine. How did you guys get started? How do you come up with the concepts, the songs, editing, all that stuff? Because I want to know.
Absolutely, yeah. So back in
way back in the day
during 2020.
Damn, that was a long time ago.
I know, right? It all of a sudden it went from being yesterday to a while ago. Back in 2020, I was living with two other members, two of my best friends from Cincinnati. We all went to Loveland together, and we're all currently in Nashville. Before the Week 2 2020 game against the Browns, Joe Burrow's first primetime game, I posted a video of me and Dylan Bodley, our guitarist, playing the Bengals growl on piano. Once we posted that, it got some nice traction. People were liking it, digging it. We had all the time in the world. We weren't going to our jobs. The world was.
It's 2020. Nobody was doing nothing.
Yeah, what are we doing? We have all the time in the world. We're all living together. So decided the next week, let's do the Bengals growl again in a different genre. And so we did it in a disco. The week after, we did it in a doo-wop. The week after, we did an Eddie Van Halen jump homage to Van Halen. And all of a sudden, it just kept going and kept going. It was like a Bob Ross painting, one big happy accident after another. After that, in 2021, I got bored of doing the same thing over and over again and decided, let's do a parody song. I'm a huge Weird Al fan, so
yeah.
After Joe Burrow was sacked a million times in the first couple weeks of that year, we thought, wake me up when the pressure ends. And we didn't turn back around. We just kept doing parodies, and it's been a blast because each week is a different genre. It's a different song. It's a different storyline. Are we highlighting a player? Are we talking smack on another team? What are we talking about? Are we talking about a coach? It's a whole, like the team, we have to take it game by game. So we've done about 55 videos now. And thank you, Ross We also love the Talking Heads one. That one was a lot of fun. Irwin to the house. Shout out Trenton Irwin.
Well, so how long does it take you to like edit the video? So I know you're telling me you're editing it tonight. Have you started editing it at all, or are you doing it all tonight and then put it out tomorrow?
Yeah, I'd say right now I'm about 50% done with the edits for this week's video. So our video dropping tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time is called Hey Joe. You can guess what song we're
Hey Joe.
That's a good one. We heard some of that. Fun fact about fun fact about our song selection. The day Joe Burrow tore his ACL, we did a Beatles Bengals growl. And because of that, I'm not a Jinx guy, but we won't do a Beatles one again.
That's a good call. I like that, Alex.
There's so many Beatles songs that can be parodied, but now we'll do a Paul McCartney one for sure. So who knows? Maybe one week we'll do a Live and Let Die as well, I won't say it. I don't want to. But but anyway, yeah. So throughout the video or throughout the week,
One Nation's got one for you. Where are you going with that check in your hand?
We've got some of that. Got some of that. Honestly, it was. We'll get some Jimi Hendrix down the road. It's not this week.
How many different DMs do you get of different songs and different titles? I mean, you probably get people like, "Hey, you can do this one. Hey, you can do that one." You know, you probably.
They're all good. They're all great suggestions. I mean, I want to say thank you to everyone who sends in suggestions, and like, you know, we actively consider them. I mean, I don't think. I mean, the worst ones I get are some random person at a bar. They're like, "What if we did this?"
Hey, I got a really good idea for you. You know, yeah. Those are the best ideas.
What if you did YYZ by Rush as like I-83? It's Tyler Boyd. There's no words, but just act it out. Thank you, Nata. Thank you, Natty Ron. Glass Eater was another fun one.
Yep.
And Lou. So this week, I will say that this is we want to. This is a melodramatic song. It's a melodramatic song with an uplifting twist, and it's about Joe Burrow and the worst game of his career.
Yeah.
I will say the last time the Bengals lost to the Browns 24-3, that horrible Thursday night game in 2014, Andy Dalton came back and he threw 3 touchdowns against the Saints. So I have absolute complete faith. But to get back to your question, so the song was picked on Sunday night. Lyrics are written on Monday. Tuesday, the track to sing over is recorded. Wednesday was dedicated for vocals and filming. Did some editing yesterday and just did a little bit more editing or some more filming just before hopped on today. And now we're all filmed up, and now I just got to get the final edit out and mix and master the track. So
now you guys, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah, it ends up being like a 20-30 hour a week process.
Right.
With that being said, though, we've worked. It wasn't always that way. We worked up to it and like have gotten more efficient with different editing and everything, and I have my template to work with.
You guys got a studio? Do you have a studio, or you do it all in house in your apartment?
Oh yeah, in my apartment. Yeah, my.
Oh, gonna show me. There you go.
So right now, here's my bed, and here's where the
there you go. Cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's I just moved into this apartment, and a lot more space here, a lot more natural light, good for filming. But yeah, it all happens essentially. I mean, when I bring people over, I say this is where the magic happens. And they say, "What's that?" I said, "Bengal Boys."
That's what I say. Hey, you guys will come down and see the ice skate? They're like, "Wow, like that's it." Like, yep, this is it. I thought it'd be like a studio. Like, yeah, well, it's a computer and a desk in my basement. So there you go.
Exactly. We think technology and what they've and how far Windows and Macs have come.
Well, I would think I'm surprised you can get the sound quality from singing and the music and stuff in there. Like I'm just talking into a microphone, so it's not as big of a deal. But you guys are trying to sing and get the music together. So I'm kind of surprised at how good it sounds without being in like a soundproof booth and all that stuff. Does that take a lot of mixing for the music, or you can record it all there?
Yeah, so we recorded all there. I played my piano like straight into the computer. Dylan, the guitarist, he will record guitar at his house, and we have a reflection filter around the microphone to make for that kind of condensed sound.
I gotcha.
And then yeah, I'll just mix the I'll mix the track as it comes in, and then we'll record the vocals, and then I'll mix the vocals in there. And you just need to mix it to sound good enough, because social media compresses all that audio so much. We learned that like don't need to put in 5 hours of mixing and mastering in for each.
Well, just to use your video from last week, I had to compress it to be able to play it on here. So I mean, you always got to do something to it. So it's not. I mean, it still sounds the same, but you always got to do something to it to make it sound or make it be able to play on here. Now you guys are in Nashville, and like I said, I've been down there the last 2 years. Went down for the play. Both times we drove down and drove back up. Now you say you were going to have something going on with a comedian there or something.
So Michael Turner, who you can see, a comedian who is based in LA, but he grew up in Cincinnati. Michael Turner, fantastic stand-up comedian. He is featured in the latest episode of From the Jungle. Shout out to the Cincinnati Bengals social media team.
They're killing it.
Oh God! I mean,
they need to do a special on the Bengal boys, I think.
Our DMs are open.
I'm trying to help you out, Alex.
I won't say no. I'm a middle child. I love attention.
I'm the baby, and I love attention. That's why we do. I mean, that's why we do social media stuff. Like, hey,
oh yeah,
hi. So anyway, sorry. Go the comedian in Tennessee. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So Michael Turner is he's going on tour around the nation and basically following all the Bengals road games, and it's his Road Warrior tour. He's got some fantastic material written for this tour, but he's also just a crowd work warrior. And he is going to be coming to Nashville on September 30th, the night before the Bengals play the Titans at Nissan Stadium, 2 miles down the road from me. So we are going to be working with Michael at that show because I work at the comedy club where he is having the show.
You're the piano player and musical director now, right?
I am. Yes, I'm a musical director at a Third Coast Comedy Club in Nashville, Tennessee. If you ever seen Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh yeah, I love that show.
Laura Hall, the piano player. That's my job on weekends.
Okay.
The best job I've ever had, and I never want to let it up. It's too much fun.
I love Whose Line Is It Anyway. I mean, that was freaking awesome show.
There's nothing better than good improv.
Exactly. Just a live show, just two guys talking and being funny.
Right? Oh, and then
gosh.
We'll be essentially the opener for Michael's show. So I'll be coming out and doing a little bit of a Bengals related stand-up. We're writing material this month. And so we'll see how that goes. I might just purposely bomb so he can look better. But he will be but we will be shooting a Bengal Boys video at Third Coast Comedy Club. So in the next few weeks, we'll be promoting that show, and it should be a fantastic time. So if you come to Nashville multiple times and you don't want to get absolutely hammered the night before and just get somewhat hammered, like Third Coast Comedy Club, 9 p.m., Nashville, Tennessee. Michael Turner.
You might be in a Bengal Boy video.
Right, exactly. You might be in a Bengal Boys video. And place is cool. Probably the most affordable drinks in Nashville, also, I will say. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's not $12 for Bud Light.
That's good. But yeah, Nashville is a cool town. Like I said, I'm hoping to try to go down there. Like I said, the road games are tough. I went to 3 last year, and that's the most I've ever went to.
Oh God, yeah.
And right now I don't have any in the plans to go. But when we went down to Nashville, we drive down, go to the game, and drive back home. So I would like, if I ever go do it again, I'd like to be down there the night before to go to something like that, because I would love to go, just enjoy Nashville for the night before and and of course, go watch the Bengals kick their ass on Sunday.
Right. Oh, it should be an ass kicking. Absolutely. I mean, no disrespect to the Titans or Mike Vrabel because he coaches them up, but they're not looking so hot.
No, they're not. They're not. Well, I mean, the Bengals didn't look so hot this past week either. But
you're right. Yeah, I should chill out a little bit.
That's right. It's only 1 week. We're gonna be fine this week. I'm like I said, I keep telling everybody all week. I'm like, this is what happens when you don't play in the preseason. I mean, Joe Burrow didn't play at all. And most of the starters didn't play. I mean, we dealt with this last year, starting out 0-2. Now, I don't recommend us starting out 0-2 this year because the Bengals made the playoffs last year, and they're their first team, I think, since they expanded the playoffs to start out 0-2 to make it to the playoffs. So it's not a good precedent to set to start out 0-2, especially 0-2 in the division. So, but I mean, it's not like the Ratbirds looked all that great last week.
No, they didn't. I mean, that injury report that came out with Lindenbaum, Humphrey, I forget who else, but they have
they're tight end too. I think
is Andrews out or
I don't know. He was on the list. I don't know if he's out or not. But I mean, that's what cracks me up because Harbaugh is always like, well, we take pride in playing the preseason and winning our 23 games in a row of preseason, which means absolutely nothing. And you've had the most injured team in the NFL for the last 4 years because you fucking play everybody in preseason, my opinion. But, I mean, that's hey, if you think that's important, then go for it. You can be really injured. So that's where I'm like, it's a fine line. Like, we're not injured at the beginning of the year. We all had Joseph Osai out. That was it. But we laid an egg. Now, on the other hand, defense looked really good.
Defense looked nice.
But if you only get 6 first downs, the defense is out there the whole time.
Exactly. Yeah, no, most definitely. I think that it was known that Joe is still Joe may be physically still getting back, but definitely mentally he isn't there. And I think that needing this might sound wrong, but I think Zach was calling a preseason playbook on Sunday. What? I mean, it didn't look like they were trying to take risks. I think yes, they want to win the game, but they were going to do so without revealing too many cards or putting Joe in too much danger.
Well, another thing I think it's silly, but I don't think they expected it to rain like that. I think that kind of changed their game plan, which from what I've understood, the people who were at the game, it basically only rained on the stadium. The rest of Cleveland, it wasn't raining. So
the rest of Ohio, it wasn't raining.
Right.
The stadium.
Right over Brown Stadium. So, I mean, there's always a dark cloud over Brown Stadium. Anyway, it just happened to open up on us. Now, I mean, that's when you should pivot to have a, game plan change and try to run the ball more. But, it is what it is. And, Miles, you got to give it to Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is a hell of a player. The Browns got a hell of a defense. And the Ratbirds are not as good defensively. I mean, they're good. Don't get me wrong, they're good, but they're not like the Browns. The Browns have 2 elite pass rushers, and the Ravens don't have that anymore. So they don't scare me, to be honest.
Right. Oh, definitely. I mean, I think the thing that scares me with the Ravens is, of course, I mean, I know we do a good job keeping Lamar from doing too much Lamar stuff, but I mean, Harbaugh's always going to play us tough. He is great at getting next man ready. But I do have an increasingly good feeling about this game. I think it's definitely the combination of a get right game followed by with also being an injury game. I mean, take advantage of their weaknesses, like attack that. Marlon Humphrey being out is
well, yeah. Brad here says we got 4 starters out Sunday: Stanley, Linderbaum, Humphrey, and Williams, who just got released. So there you go. That's 4 starters. We're out. We're out. No starters. I mean, Joseph Size back, Cam Sample. Was it limited? Logan Wilson was limited with practice. I mean, we're, as far as I know, Bengals are full go. And there you go. In the second week, there you got 4 starters out. I mean, that's where I'm like, I agree that the starters should play something. But I would almost rather punt on week 1 and be healthy, because we want to win 21 games. We want to win the Super Bowl. You got to be healthy. And for the most part, we've been healthy except for our freaking offensive line. Now, how surprised were you that the Bengals released LC, which I think that came to a shock for a lot of Bengals fans around here?
Oh, definitely. I think that I was definitely shocked. But I also just thought there are reasons it's happening. I assume that it sounds like from what Adam Schefter's reporting that he's going to be pretty healthy to play fully in a few weeks.
Right.
And so teams are interested. I think it's a salary thing. Maybe it's cutting salary.
It's a money thing for sure. And the thing is, it's not that the Bengals are cheap. Alex, this is the closest they've been to the salary cap ever.
Oh yeah,
ever. And I think it's more of to save some money and to give them more flexibility, but also the belief in Deontay Smith. I think Deontay Smith is his shoulder. I think seems like it's healthier, and he's gotten better by leaps and bounds. And for the most part, these guys on our offensive line don't miss. I mean, yeah, I know Jonah's has had injuries, but I don't. Maybe I'm a big Jonah fan. Maybe I don't call him injury prone, but for most part, they've been healthy, and that's kind of where I'm at. It's a money thing. It's maybe to sign T. I doubt it because T said that they're not going to talk about it during the season. I think it's more just to give them the flexibility because in case somebody does get injured, I mean, hell, they could resign Lel to a cheaper cost, but the guy wants to start, and unless somebody gets hurt here, he's not going to play.
Right. Oh, definitely. I think I love having like insane offensive line depth because I think back to that 2013 Bengals team when we had Anthony Collins coming in at left tackle and Andrew Whitworth was playing like left guard.
Mm-hmm.
It was just insane. They're making Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, and Giovanni Bernard look like absolute studs. And yeah, Andy Dalton threw 20 interceptions that year.
Yeah, whatever.
They were those Dalton era offensive lines, early Dalton offensive lines.
Oh yeah, it's good offensive lines, man. I mean, I've said this offensive line, I think it's the best one we've had since 2015. Now, I said that last year, too, because I believe last year was the best offensive line we had since 2015, which it was. I mean, when we went on the 10-game winning streak, before they started getting hurt, our offensive line was playing great, I mean, say what you want about Lel. I mean, once Lel got in there, until he got hurt, we had a pretty solid offensive line.
Oh, it's funny how good Joe Burrow looks behind a decent offensive line, which I think at their very best, they were putting up decent numbers. They still weren't great. So it makes you think, what is Joe Burrow behind a top 10 offensive line?
Mm-hmm.
I'm encouraged by how Orlando Brown looked. I know that there is a stat that you can pull out for, and I mean, I used to be such a stat guy growing up, and I'm kind of weaning off of it because stats are so advanced that there is a stat, there's anywhere that can push or stop a narrative. And so there's going to be stats that make Orlando Brown look like he had a terrible game. I mean,
that's
all
what
saying.
Yeah, that's what a lot was last week. Somebody said he played awful. Some stats said he played great. Keep going with your point.
Right. I think he seemed to hold his own against, in my opinion, probably the best defensive player in the league. I mean, Myles Garrett is not just. I still think Myles Garrett does not get the recognition he deserves because
he plays in Cleveland and they suck. I mean,
if Myles Garrett played for Philadelphia or New York or Dallas or Pittsburgh, even, I mean, he would be seen as a Bruce Smith, Lawrence Taylor,
JJ Watt.
Yeah. JJ Watt.
Oh, he's better than JJ Watt. I don't care. I hate both of them, but he's better than JJ Watt.
JJ Watt. JJ Watt. I liked at first, but then he annoyed me after
He's
a while.
A dick.
I do love Myles Garrett. I mean, the Mason Rudolph thing. I mean, I
like the crossover he was doing. I mean, I love my boy Teddy Karras, but he's standing there doing a crossover before he takes off up the field. I'm like, that's just freaking ballsy, right there.
Garrett's looking like Julius Erving, like
right.
And I mean, this is cheesy, but I also think that Myles Garrett probably has the most defined biceps in the league. I mean, I look at that dude, I'm thinking, what's his body fat percentage?
Yeah. 0 probably.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing is I don't know if the Bengals were prepared for him to blitz up the middle because they moved him from left to right, but he's never went up the middle. And he went up the middle a lot last week. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, it's just it's a bad match. I'm starting to hate to say this, but I almost think the Browns got our number sometimes, especially in Cleveland. It's kind of like with the Reds. The Brewers. I didn't want to admit the Brewers got our number, but damn it, they might have our number because we couldn't beat them this year. So, sometimes it's just a bad matchup, especially in their place. So, but I mean, what's killing me here with going to the Ratbirds is people are like, oh, Lamar Jackson owns the Bengals. I said, since when? I said, Lamar Jackson has not played good against the Bengals in a while. They're like, oh, well, he's the MVP. I said, that was 6 years ago. 6. I'm tired of hearing Lamar Jackson's MVP. It was 6 years ago. Like, he hasn't really had a really good year in about 3, because he's been hurt. And now he's in an offense where they want him to stay in the pocket and throw the ball. And I'm like, that's great. Do that. That's what I want you to do too, because Lamar can throw the ball. He's just not that accurate. And I don't want him to get outside the pocket and start making Lamar Jackson plays. That's when he's dangerous.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the way the man extends plays is absolutely insane. And he's so much fun to play with in Madden.
He's the X, right?
Yeah. I'm excited that, right. I'm excited to see more Dax Hill. I'm excited to see Trey Hendrickson against a down offensive line. I know you brought up. I know one in the comment section was brought up the 4 players that are out, but Ronnie Stanley, the left tackle, he's questionable, I believe.
I thought they had Stanley on there.
Well,
they said he's out.
Stanley's out.
Let's see here. They said the Ratbirds will be out 4 starters on Sunday. Stanley, Linderbaum, Humphrey, and Williams, who just got released. So there you go.
Wow. Okay, cool. Thank you for bringing that up.
So Linderbaum that's their center. So I mean, it's good for the Bengals, bad for the Ratbirds, but that's where we're healthier in there. We literally, everybody's gonna be ready to go. So
also, shout out to Natty Ron for helping keep me on track.
Natty Ron, that's my boy. He's all over it, dude.
Natty Ron's helping me remind me things.
Exactly. He's new. He's new to the show. He freaking loves the show, which I appreciate. Mike, their center is out. Yeah, Linderbaum is out. So, what do you see the Bengals doing in this game? Do you think they need to run the ball more, or?
I would love to see. So one line I'll say is from the song is let's see if I can pull it up right now. Oh God. Okay. And Mixon is hungry. Mixon is hungry to feast behind that line. That's the only line I'll say from the song right now. But yeah, he is. Oh my gosh! In the few carries he had.
Oh, dude, he looked good.
He looked amazing.
He looked good.
He looked young. He looked like 2017 Joe Mixon.
Exactly.
I think it's gonna be a really fun, balanced game. I think Joe Burrow's gonna throw the ball 25 times for 310 yards. It's gonna be connect on a couple deep balls. I think Mixon's going to. I think it's going to be just a stupidly balanced game. Mixon 22 carries for 110 yards and a touchdown. 3 grabs for 22 yards. Good fantasy day.
There you go. Nayron had once he said, "Do you have a Super Bowl victory song?"
Super Bowl victory song. So there are a few songs in a folder that I like to keep in case for a Super Bowl song. Mm-hmm. But a Super Bowl victory song, if we win, it will happen. Yeah. If we win this year, it'll definitely happen. I have no idea how long this project will go on. It could be, I hope forever. We can make it worth forever. But
so if anybody wants to sponsor you or anything, just hit you up in the DMs, right?
Yeah, our DMs are open.
Exactly. Bengals, their DMs are open. You guys were up. Was it last year training camp? You guys are up here playing.
2021. So
2021. Yeah. That's what I heard you guys. I'm like, who the hell is that? They're like, oh, that's the Bengal boys. I'm like, oh, cool. I didn't know you guys existed. Like, sweet.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, we came up to try out like a walking street band concept at training camp, and it was a ton of fun. It was a weird setup though. We had because it was completely wireless. I had a keytar, we had a guitar, we had a bass drum, a snare drum, a trombone, and then one guy holding the microphone. And we would just go around and we just played like Seven Nation Army and Shout by the Isley Brothers and like different variations of Bengals growl over and over and over again. It was fun though. There was a point where I was playing like the bass lines, like dum bum 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 dum 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 on the keytar,
Mhm.
And there was a point where we were getting down with it. We were getting funky, and we were right next to the VIP section. I'm closing my eyes, like I'm just in the moment. And I look up as people are leaving practice. I look up, and it's Jimmy and Robin Burrow, just like sitting there watching. Like
Like,
that was really
hey!
cool. Thinking like you probably mentioned that at dinner to Joe. Be like, what was that? Who are those guys?
Ah.
How
So
did you
I love it. You get the song for Hear That Podcast Prowling, and since Jay's not on there anymore, I don't know if you've heard what they've done to the song. You know, where you say with Dana and Jay, where they say Dana and then whoever the guest host is.
Yeah.
Paul's got it, so it sounds like they're on a voicemail, like Dana and strawberry ice. Or
Yeah, it's so funny.
Hilarious.
I was really nervous what they were. I mean, I reached out to Paul after the news of Jay's end of his athletic time.
Mhm.
And I said, hey, like here for y'all if you need anything. I love what they did. Though. It's fun.
It is cool.
I had to do like a cleanse on all Bengals stuff in August because I knew that once the season starts, all my brain power goes to it. So I thought I need to like rest up beforehand. And so I actually was pretty late to learning that.
Yeah.
I didn't start getting back into listening until I think like 2 days before the Cleveland game.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I was doing a full on fast. Well, it takes about throughout the week, yeah, it's just between the research and the preparation for the songs, it's all Bengals all the time. I mean, by the time the game comes out, I'm just like laying there and like I might fall asleep. Do some laundry.
I need a win this week because I'm tired of talking about we laid an egg and all that stuff. I need something else to talk about. So you mentioned the guitar, and I have no musical anything in my body. I played the saxophone in like elementary school, and I sucked at it. But how hard is it to play? The piano's up here, and the guitar is down here. How hard is it to figure out the difference? And do you have what's the bar for the strings? Is that how's that? Oh, there you go, you got it.
Yeah, so it's actually not too difficult. So I'm not hooked up to an amp, so I won't be able to play it right now. But I'll show you.
Okay.
So right here.
Yeah. Oh, you got Bengal stripes on it.
Yes, sir. So what we did here is we took the there's this blade you can take off.
The whammy board.
Right. Yeah. We took this off and then spray painted it the exact color of the helmets. Ordered these stripes that like high schools that have the tiger helmet
right
use. And so just put it on there for a nice sleek appearance. But yeah, so normally I have a strap, but I'll like this is a sustain pedal. So those pedals you see.
Oh, okay, that's what's up there. Okay, I got you. Yes. Yeah.
So this is to sustain, womp womp. But here you can go like,
oh, cool.
And there's different settings with volume and different timbre settings, and then some more buttons here, and then you just have more settings along here. It's a lot of fun. I love the guitar. It's my dad got me one when I was 19, and now I'm 29, awesome. And this is my second guitar. The other one has run its course.
The only guitar. Well, I have a regular guitar. My brother could play guitar, and he tried to teach me back in the day, and I just don't have the aptitude for it. But I had what the heck was it? It was a plastic guitar where you'd hit buttons and play music, and I call it the where the pedals are up here. It had like a whammy bar. I'm like,
yeah.
I was back in the 80s when I was a kid. That's all my musical inclination that I have. I can't do anything else.
Growing up, there was this toy in the late 90s, early 2000s called air snares, and they were drumsticks that had sensors in them, and you hit the air and it would go doo, 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 and those were cool. I wish.
Oh, dude, I had actual paper drum sets I beat the crap out of, and
nice
toes and all of them. Drove my parents nuts here. Nayron wants to know what's your favorite song from the Bengal Boys?
All of them, of course. The Super Bowl song is definitely up there. We did Bohemian Rhapsody as Bohemian 513. My favorite one to go back and watch is probably the DJ Reader one. So
I love DJ. That's my dude.
Oh, same.
That's my boy.
So for our for the first AFC Championship,
Mm-hmm.
we did Tiny Dancer as DJ Reader. So Holes Are Closed by DJ Reader. And I'm a huge Elton John fan. We filmed that at the comedy club I work at. It was it looked great. It sounded awesome. And we made it about Kay Adams also. And
Yep.
Kay Adams shared it. She loved it.
Yep.
And you know, getting to be internet friends with her, I guess, for lack of a better term, has been really cool. It's been it was really cool to get not just recognized, but also just genuinely complimented. She really enjoyed it. And
well, you guys are talented. It's not, it's talent what you have. It's not, I know it's parody songs, but still, it's, you write them, you got to play them, you got to edit. It's, you guys are talented and good at what you do. I appreciate that. So yeah, that's why I enjoy the songs. Now, I'll give you permission. I know Maddie won't mind this. If you guys ever want to use Jackpot Joey in a song, we'll let you do that. I know it's trademark, but I'm sure he'll let you use.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I love the blues riff. It sounds like very like down south Mississippi.
Down to Jackpot Joey. Have you heard the Jackpot Joey song?
Yeah, I did. Now he's king of the AFC.
Yeah.
Jackpot Joey. Yeah. All sound like you and me. Yeah, I know Jackpot Joey.
All right, cool. I didn't know if you knew that one or not.
Yeah.
But like I said, I appreciate what you guys do. And like I said, Friday I try to have a fun football Friday show and stuff. And if I get down to Nashville, I definitely want to hook up with you guys because I went down twice and I haven't got to hook up with you guys yet.
Please do. Yeah. So we're going to be doing some stuff at Bengal gyms. We're figuring out what we're going to do, but we might be singing some songs there at Bengal Gym's Nashville party.
Cool. Well, if you ever come up here, you I don't stop at gyms too, but if you guys ever come up, you're going to come hang out with us we'll be at the Lot B. Lot B. I go from Lot 1 to Lot B. So I'm back and forth. And then sometimes I go to gyms, but gyms is so busy anymore. It's so popular. I'm like, it's awesome. But there's just so many people there. I get a little, I don't know, just like, it's just too crowded for me anymore.
I totally get that. I'm in crowds. I'm extremely shy, and so I'll if somebody notices us from a video, they'll be like, "Hey, are you a Bengal boy?" And I'll just
yes,
I'll be like, "Hi, yes." And I'll be with my dad, and he'd be like, "Yeah, he is."
Yeah, what of it? Yeah, that's my son. And
he's like, "Yeah, he is." He's like, I sometimes I revert to being a 3-year-old at these things. So I'm like, yeah, can I talk to him?
Yeah, I was at we went to the AFC Championship game and we went to Bengal Gym's tailgate there, and dude, we took over that whole freaking hillside. I didn't even walk over to the stage. There were so many Bengals fans there, and so many people. We just kind of stood. The bathrooms were right there. We were good right here, so we just stood there. But it's like, I don't know about you, Alex, but the last couple of years, I am surprised of how many Bengal fans there are, and not only just in Cincinnati, around the world.
We've been waiting to travel. We've seen you see Pittsburgh fans do it. They'll take over stadiums, and so
stupid, terrible towels. Wipe my ass with that shit.
Right? Oh yeah. I think we're working up to that point because Pittsburgh being with all that success, they're going to have those. Those bandwagon fans in other states become lifelong fans. I'm a Boston Celtics fan in the same way that a lot of people are Pittsburgh Steelers fans, where it's like, I guess people who don't have a team in their town have to pick a team. And so they pick usually the most historically good one. Can't wait to see all the Patriots fans from Nebraska in 20 years.
That's a cracks. But I see Steelers fans here. I see Patriots fans like, oh, you from Boston? No. Oh, you from Pittsburgh? No. Where are you from? Oh, I'm from Anderson. Why the hell are you a Steelers fan? Get out of here. I used to drive me freaking nuts.
The joke I hear a lot on Twitter is just if something happens to the Lakers, the Cowboys, or the the Yankees, they're like, tough weekend for Lakers, Cowboys.
Yeah.
Because they're all usually
which kind of cracks me up is like I think Sunday night baseball or Saturday baseball got the Yankees and the Red Sox on again. And I'm like, Literally, nobody cares. The Red Sox fans aren't even going to the game. Why are you putting them on TV? You know, I mean, I love it that those teams are not doing good for once. You know, sorry about my boy Augie, but you know, he's a Yankees fan. But you know,
I love Aaron Boone. I met Aaron Boone at Reds Fest 2003, and that was really nice. I'm not a Yankees guy, but I definitely hope for him to do well.
I think he's getting fired.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they wanted him fired after a 100-win season. So,
yeah, right, exactly.
But
hey, speaking of baseball, the Reds are in the playoff hunt, man.
I know, it's amazing. I
don't know how the hell they're doing it because we got no pitching. They're all from AAA or hurt or on the COVID list. But
I think what a young hungry squad. I think David Bell does deserve a world of credit. I mean,
I give him shit because he does some stuff that I'm like, what? But I mean,
right,
to manage what he's had to manage through this year, you got to give him credit. I don't like everything he does, but this last couple of weeks, what he's had to go through with this pitcher staff and try to get through the bullpen and keep guys up here, it's been awesome.
Right. Oh yeah, it's been fun to see him in his bag more and more, and so I'm interested to see how they end the season. If they don't make the playoffs, I won't be too. I will obviously want them to make the playoffs and make a run at it. But if they don't, I won't be too heartbroken because it's been fun to see how. Right. I mean,
we had a 100-loss season last year. 100 losses.
The over/under was 65.5, and they're at 76 right now. I mean,
right.
I will say I will be tremendously disappointed if they don't end up with a winning record. Like, I mean, if they collapse,
I think that's set. They got to lose like a lot. They got 16 games left. I mean,
yes, they would need to go 4 and they would need to go. Yeah, they need to win 4 games, 4 and 12 the rest of the way.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine.
I feel good about them.
Exactly. All right, Alex, you've been up for 44 minutes. I appreciate it. So 9:00 tomorrow, everybody check it out. The new Bengal Boys song. You want to tell us the name of the song? I know it's Joe something.
Hey Joe.
Hey Joe. There you go. That's
hey
right.
Joe. Yeah, y'all can take a guess what that means. It's Hey Joe. It's an emotional song, but an uplifting one.
It's awesome, dude. I can't wait. 9 a.m. it drops. Go follow Alex and the Bengal Boys at the Bengal Boys. I know you're on Twitter. You on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff too?
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Just look up the Bengal Boys. There's different variations like the Bengal Boys 513. But if you look up the Bengal Boys, you're not going to find anything else other than us. Thank goodness.
Alex, I appreciate it, man. We'll have to do this again later on in the season. Sound good?
Hey, thank you, Iceman, and shout out Natty Ron, and have a good one, y'all.
You too, brother. Who day? All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Go check out the Bengal Boys. Their song will be coming out at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Hey, Joe. And it's going to be a good weekend. We got the Bearcats. It's going to be a fun weekend for Cincinnati. We got the Bearcats playing tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Victory Bell. Bengals playing on Sunday. I'm going down tonight to Holy Grail to hang out with James Rapine, maybe go get a copy of his new book. So I'll be down there at 7 o'clock. I'll be leaving here as soon as I get out of here. And I also got Oktoberfest. So it's going to be a fun weekend here in the great city of Cincinnati. Of course, you got the Reds playing the Mets. We'll just get a whole bunch of wins. I can't wait. All right, let's get the Facebook groups that let me live stream. And as always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. You got Who Day Nation, Who Day Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, Radical Reds, the Ohio State Bucknuts, the Ice Bar. They follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Twitter handle is at Jeff A. Turnipole. TikTok is at Iceman90. Threads and Instagram is under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm pulling a sound out later on tonight. Put on the podcast on Beanpod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. Natron, a Pike update. I ain't got one. Tony hasn't reached out to me. Appreciate you hearing me on the radio for the talkbacks. Tony, call me. You know, you got my DMs, you got my email. Hopefully Tony will come on sometime. Yes, Paul, you're correct. Corey Dillon will be back on the show again Monday. I'm hoping maybe he keeps wanting to do this, but hey, anytime the greatest running back in Bengals history wants to come on your show, you're going to say yes. So yes, Corey will be back on the show Monday. YouTubers, about 4,253 subscribers. As always, I appreciate every single one of you beautiful people. You guys are awesome. One for you, wouldn't have a show. Other than that, like I said, I'm going down to the Grail. If you guys come down, come on down, say hi. Go get a book from James. And I think other than that, how do we say this? You guys have a great weekend. That's just sports, baby. See ya!
Talked about it yesterday, just that chip on your shoulder. Everyone talking about a neutral AFC Championship game, not even thinking about you guys. How much did that motivate you coming into this?
You better send those refunds.
I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. Back-to-back champs, kings of the north with it. Thinking they can hang with us, still ain't jumped out the porch with it. Long bomb to chase every Sunday, watch him go and get it. Double up on him, then we gon' double down on T. Higgins. Then throw Boyd in the mix, now you really iffy. Every Sunday showing boys how to really gritty. They try to shuffle up the game on us, but they ain't icky. Flip the coin, kick the toe Roger to go and get it. Never know what's gonna happen when Joe drop back. He get shiesty in the pocket, I get shiesty on the track. Nobody on the team all pro, that's all cap. Most all around team in the NFL, that's all fact. Ain't came across nobody yet that seem like they can hang with us. They said we couldn't be Buffalo, but see how we call they bluff. Underdogs every week, they keep on trying to label us. Put your money on us, even if Vegas don't favor us. No matter what, we really came up, now it's hard to fail. I dare you come across that middle, Von gon' ring your bell. I know we under they skin, them boys built frail. Eli Apple out there chirping like a next tail. You don't want Salmon Trey to come off them ends. Rita clogging up the middle like a big body Benz. Right behind them Logan and Pratt, the turnover twins. Jesse Bates in the backfield just to clean up the loose ends. We just drafted Cam and drafted Hill. Instant gratification every time that they on the field. We can't go back to what we was, cause that's the loser way. It's been hard to throw on us since we picked up a woozy. It's like win after win, feel like we could really do it. Zach Taylor doing his thing for the city, I give it to him. And I bet Samazi will find a hole if you give it to him. Hayden Hurst don't need a hole, he just plan on running through him. Just hand it off to 28 and let him do the dash. Getting hit by BJ Hill probably feel like a car crash. Every week it seem like Lou digging deeper in his bag. And if the game on the line, all my favorite money match. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. And we ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. And we ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up.